we're still watching and waiting, of course, to see if former President Trump will be indicted today. A Manhattan grand jury will reconvene today for a possible vote on whether or not to indict the former president. Trump and his legal team say he'll cooperate if indicted, but they continue calling the investigation into hush money payments a politically motivated attack. The Manhattan grand jury is expected to hear at least one more witness today before starting to deliberate. Want to bring in our legal correspondent, Katie Barlow, for more on this. Good morning, Katie.
Good morning. Good to be with you.
So there's a lot of questions when it comes to this as far as the process and how it plays out. What happens from here?
Well, as you said, the grand jury is continuing its work. This is not a done deal. And in New York, I understand there are as many as 23 individuals who can serve on a grand jury. And they need 12 of those people to agree that there is a reasonable enough belief here that a crime was committed based on all of the evidence that they've been reviewing, that prosecutors have shown them. We've talked about, they've heard from a number of witnesses, including Michael Cohen, Trump's former lawyer, who actually made the payment to Stormy Daniels, was convicted on federal charges related to that payment. And they've heard from Stormy Daniels. They've also heard at least one witness on former President Trump's behalf, Robert Costello, who questioned Michael Cohen's credibility, as we understand from what Costello said in the courthouse on Monday. So all of this is now before the grand jury, and it will be up to them to determine whether or not to issue what's called a true bill, an indictment. And that is saying that they believe that a crime was committed here. Now, if that happens, then they will deliver that true bill to the judge, and then the judge will issue an arrest warrant, or there will have already been a coordination, most likely, with President Trump and his legal team on his appearance before a judge and have an arraignment where he'll plead guilty or not guilty to what he's been charged of. But again, this hasn't happened yet. We're still waiting to see what and if the grand jury comes forward with an indictment at all.
So, Katie, two quick questions for you. The first one, when it comes to the grand jury, and obviously you heard from the former president saying this is politically motivated. You've heard from many pundits who say this is politically motivated. Who makes up this grand jury? Who do they pull from? Is it any different than you would for any other jury members, or is it people who might have a little more knowledge as to either the process, what's involved here, or a political stake?
Nope, it's your average citizen, just like you and me, can get called into jury duty. They serve on the grand jury. It works a little differently because they serve over a period of time rather than just sitting, for example, for one trial, as we cover in the news. This is over a period of time receiving evidence and deciding whether or not a crime was committed. This can take sometimes months at a time, your service on a grand jury, but it is just average citizens in New York who have gone through the process of being filtered and looked at by prosecutors and the lawyers. And they're hearing the evidence, and they will decide. A jury of his peers will decide. And then this is just the first step in the criminal process, Steve. So after this happens, then, of course, the president will decide whether or not to plead guilty or not guilty. And then Katie, prosecutors have a very tough job.
I got to jump in, or the producer's going to never let me on TV again. But real quick, I have to ask you a lot of questions as to whether or not this is worthy of a misdemeanor or a felony count. Does the jury have any say in that role, or is that strictly up to prosecutors?
Yes, they will decide whether or not they're indicting on a misdemeanor charge or a felony charge, and prosecutors have to show enough evidence to make something that is a misdemeanor a felony, which is a high bar in this case. It is a difficult case to prove. Some are saying perhaps the most difficult one that prosecutors will have among the many investigations that are criminal facing President Trump. Of course, there's one in Georgia and two federal investigations happening at the same time. This one may be the most challenging for prosecutors. So yes, the grand jury will decide misdemeanor versus felony or both.
Katie, thank you very much. Our chief legal correspondent, Katie Barlow.